Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Today is day 97, season 4, so let's go video. Starting off today, got the defender just parked up by itself there. In the shed, we've got a couple of user with the bedding in already. There's about 4 of them in there, the others are coming in. And we sort of left the gap there in between the bedding and the feeder barrier, just so if any silage gets sort of in the way, doesn't mix with the bedding, as it's a bit of a pain to clean, so because we can just kind of reuse the straw, but obviously if it gets mixed with grass, it's not the best. And obviously we haven't fed them yet because they're not all in, and we probably won't feed them till tomorrow because the have just been in the field, so they've had some sort of grass. Well, they've had some sort of feed today. Keenan parked up there, ready to start its first ever feed. Golf, Gator, 5612, Matt's Land Rover parked up there. In the shed, got the mini baler, wrapper, rake, mower and baler. I think the farmer's going to try and sort of move everything around in the shed so there's a bit more space. But obviously he has to keep these two at the front because these are going to be used first. I think he's planning on putting maybe a tractor, the quad and the gator all in the shed. That was just an example of what he said, but he'd like to get a couple of stuff in here. So we'll have to see how that goes, but right now the chickens and ducks are taking up the space. Then here we have John in the John Deere 6920S, bit convenient, with the Ife Williams flatbed trailer on the back with the mini digger. So he's just brought that back into the yard, just spun around there, and he's just brought the digger back from a job. So that's just been at a farm. I think he was just moving muck. Basically, they had a telehandler and it's giving them problems, so they needed to move muck so they could store things there. So they had nothing to load it with, so we used a mini digger, as it was really not doing anything, and the 6616 and the telehandler were being used at the time, so these were our only sort of use of machinery that we can use. So he just brought it back there from the farm, so it's just been moving some muck into a trailer, and obviously they were moving it elsewhere. I think we kept it there about a day or two after, because obviously we were doing other things until we collected it. So he's just parked up there, and he's going to unload the digger. 6616, T6175, both parked up in the shed. Spread and fert bags in the back. Spearhead and the trail forger there. Then over here in the shed we've got all the cows, well, most of the cows in the shed. Same thing with them, obviously we just chuck the feed there, as obviously there's no feeder barrier, so we just dump a bit of silage there and they'll have that for obviously their feed. Yeah, so they're settled in there with their bedding. It's quite small, you'd think, but it's not really. It's because they're all sort of spaced out, but you know, it's kind of, I suppose, somewhat warm for them, as they're quite close together, and you know, it's easy to keep each other warm when you're sort of closed in. Obviously it could be a bit bigger, but obviously the gate isn't in properly because we still got to move one cow in here, so it's just leaned against the bale trailer there, and then we'll have that sorted, and then they can have a bit more space once the gate is in and all of them are in. We can see what we can try and do to make it a bit more spacious for them. Bale trailer parked up. Now, as you can see, basically everything's been dumped here. The herbs dump trailer's been parked up there, the tail has been moved there, buck rake, double bailiff there, and the yard scraper there, telehandler bucket. Now these stuff will be moved. The telehandler bucket has to stay there because it loads up the keying. So there's a lot of stuff here. Obviously this will have to be moved because it can't just sit there because we need to get to the clamp or the pit. So Size trailer will probably just go in front of the bales. The telehandler can go in front of the shed once the cow is in, and obviously we can move it when we need to feed them. But all these trays and stuff need to be moved around and put somewhere else. Bales back there, size pit. The pit side just slowly going down, which is good. We can start putting stuff in there. Then we've got the feed trailer here, which won't be staying there either. We'll have to figure out where that'll go. And then we've got the bushes in the field there. Lick bucket needs to be collected in and put in the shed. Then here we have the main man himself, the farmer, in the disco with the cattle trail on the back. And we've got the farmer's son in the quad there, gathering the sheep in. That's the rest of the sheep there. So it's a bit confusing. So the cattle tray here, it's perfect size for us. It only takes about 2 maybe 3 at a push cows, because obviously our beef calves are quite big. So it only takes 2 to 3 at a time. So we started off with the cows first, so we didn't have to sort of have to go through the sheep field to get to the cows. So we started off with the further away ones first, and then left the sheep for last. And then the sheep that are currently in the shed were in the small sheep trailer, and they were put into the shed by using that. And then once we were done with the cows, we could get all the sheep in to the sheep trailer, and they should all fit in there. And obviously if not, we can come back with the sheep trailer and put it in. But obviously not all the sheep can fit in here. I think 4 or 5 of them are left over out of all the ones we have here. So it could take almost every sheep we have, but obviously not necessarily the same for the cows. So we had to use the cows. We had to use a cattle trailer for the cows, and then we swapped over for the sheep to go in the cattle trailer. Then we have the 740 New Holland here with the sheep trailer on the back, and then we've got Matt here, who's not normally in the 7740, but he's just shutting the gate there. Now the Hereford cows are small enough that they can go in the sheep trailer, so this is why we stopped using the sheep trailer, so we could get all the sheep in the cattle trailer all at once. And obviously the one cow could fit in here, because obviously I think we managed to fit 2, because obviously we don't want them to be too cramped in the trailer. And obviously we have 9 cows, so there was obviously 1 left over, and we left one of the Herefords because we knew she'd be small enough to go in the sheep trailer, and then we could take her to the shed. Now we could have walked her, but obviously it's a bit of a sort of risk, because we've never really done it before. We don't know how she would react to being walked, or if she'd even go in the right way. Whereas if you get in the trailer, she'll be fine, and it'll be a lot less hassle. So we just got her in there, and then all the animals are in now, and then obviously the lick bucket here will have to go in the shed with the cows as well. So now, after me saying for the past couple of episodes, or past couple of weeks, that it's getting near, that the animals are coming in, they are now in, so hopefully we can see the king in action for once, and see how she looks on the 7740. Then heading down the lane here, we have the Contractor's Ultra with 2500 gallon NC roadside tanker. So he's not been doing any slurry, he's actually moving slurry from one farm to another. So he's just using the sort of transport tanker, I suppose, and he's obviously going to empty it by the pipe, but he didn't want to use the other slurry tanker, because obviously this one was available. The other one I think is getting its tyres swapped over, so I think it's getting narrow tyres swapped from the flotations, so they have to they had to use this one, and this one has can hold more, so they use this one, and he's just moving that to a farm there. So this is his last load, so yeah, he'll be done soon. And then we've got Mercedes Sprinter behind him there, with his beacons on and his light bar. Safe to be seen, I suppose, especially with it getting quite dark earlier now. So he's just behind him there. He'll be waiting a while. Although Voucher is pretty fast, but it'll be going quite slow as well because of the, tractor's not as fast as the van. To be fair. So yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye.